Yes. People, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another video off the back of just beating Liverpool 3-1 in what was one of the biggest games of the season. And the conversations were flowing. Everything seemed negative going into the game, and coming off the back of it, everything is positive, everything's uplifted, and we need to talk about a bunch of things. We're going to have to talk about Jorginho. We're going to have to talk about Kai Havertz. We're going to have to talk about Mikel Arteta. We're going to have to talk about Jurriën Timber. And the way this video is going to go is there's going to be calls. You guys can call in. And of course, we'll speak to you. We'll speak to yourselves, and we'll have some of the regular panelists coming through. As you can see right here, we have my boy Gunnar Sulz in the building, and of course, my guy Nigerian Englishman in the house. Let Nigerian Englishman go first. I know he has to say his thing.
Oh yeah, now my people, it's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, tonight you go understand. Niger way, AFCON coming, Liverpool done. We move, man. We keep moving.
There you go. And yo, Souls, I got two people backstage already, Martin and Tommy, big supporters and big Arsenal fans also. So I'm gonna add them in, have all five of us. What's the point of having anybody waiting backstage right now? But Souls, what are you saying?
Oh man, I'm good. My voice is recovered. So that's all I can say for now.
There you go. We got Tommy in the building. Tommy, man, you must be gassed, bro.
Yeah, I am, man. I'm happy. I'm happy. For me, it should have been 5-1.
Tommy's happy. Here we go.
Tommy is happy.
Yeah. Well, I can't complain, bro. We just beat the second best team in the league, and I gotta admit, Mikel outclassed Jurgen, outclassed them. Tactics, team selection, in-game management, bringing on the right subs, making subs early. Fair play to Mikel. He's earned my trust back. And yeah, we deserve the win, bro. We absolutely battered them, bro. We battered them all over the pitch. They didn't even have no shot on target. Where was Curtis Jones? Where was these players? Curtis Jones and them, man.
Tell me, bro. Nobody knows. Nobody knows where they were.
We deserved that win, bro. Jorginho was excellent, bro. Excellent, man. Martinelli, excellent. I'll give him Martinelli.
Even Tommy's gassed, you know. That's how you
know. This is what I love to see. Supporters being supporters. And my fellow Canadian Martin is also in the house.
Even though Mikel gets on my nerves,
this is his first time on the channel, debut on the show. For the longest time, I've known Martin, and he's been one of the most level-headed guys I've met. Big up to you, bro. How you doing?
Yeah, good, man. I'm actually Australian, but I'm actually in Canada. I kind of go between both countries, so yeah.
Oh,
big
wow.
up. Yeah, I've been watching Premier League since '95 in Australia, so I'm pretty old. I'm probably older than most of the people here, and I've been on YouTube chats for like pretty much since the pandemic started. There wasn't really much else to do, and I had a young baby, so I spent a lot of time listening to the amount of shit that people talked about our club. So it's been fun. It's been enjoyable.
And just to add another old school regular, Cam ODS is in the house. It's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute. Wow.
A minute, Bob. It's been an hour, a day, a week.
Last time you were on a stream, you were yelling and screaming about Lacazette.
Pick up Cam.
Bro, that's how long it's been about Lacazette, bro. Imagine how long that's been, bro.
Lacazette. Now, I'm not going to add anybody else. I'm just going to keep it to us six for a second. There's a lot to talk about. I think the first place I'm going to begin is the game against Liverpool. We showed Liverpool levels, that confidence that we had, that pressing, the overall spirit, everything around it. What is the major thing you guys took away from that game? And try to be a little bit different. Don't say the same thing. So it's like, for me, just to be a little bit different, I'm not going to lie to you guys. The first thing I took away from that game is Jorginho. I don't know if everybody agrees with that. That's probably the most obvious one. Jorginho was amazing. And a lot of people are saying that might be our best midfield combination, Jorginho, Declan Rice, and things. So I just want to throw it out there. Is Jorginho a must start now? And if not, at least does he deserve to trigger that extension on his contract? Let's begin there. What do you guys have to say about that? And it's kind of like an open floor. So like just everybody adds in. What are you saying, Kunle? You don't like the contract extension?
Hey, the contract extension's a bit wild. Let's get calm here. He had a great game. Let him sign out of a really good season with Arsenal. Hopefully he can end end his stay in the Premier League with the Premier League trophy, hopefully. But extensions, we need to move on beyond that. But what a masterclass! It was a throwback performance by him on the weekend. Like, I mean, I've been someone that's been very harsh on him. I talked about I prefer El Neni in our system over Jorginho, and he made me eat my words yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, a couple of days ago. Sorry. So, I've been celebrating since then. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? But anyway, Jorginho, masterclass. I like the fact that he used him as more of a free role in that game. Like, usually when Jorginho's in the side, he's the DM, but this time Rice was the DM, and Jorginho kind of had the free role to roam and dictate the play. And I liked how he used him. Is it the answer? Who knows? It definitely was on the weekend, though.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's what surprised us. That it's not like what we wanted, right? Obviously, we would have wanted to start that big game with Partey and Rice, but it might be that Jorginho and Rice is better like talent overlap, because Rice can do all the stuff that Jorginho can do, and Jorginho can do the stuff that Rice can't do. So, and that just left Odegaard to focus on being a 10 rather than doing a bit more of the defensive work than I think we've seen do most of the season. So I would personally give Jorginho, I think he's already got an option for an extension. I think that they would probably just take the 1 year, because we're going to lose El Neni. I think we're probably going to lose all the other old people. We're going to lose Partey and El Neni in the midfield. So I would keep Jorginho around for these moments where you just, everyone's injured and you need someone to like carry water for you,
I hear you, but I don't want to have to need Jorginho next season, if that makes sense. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to have to need a Jorginho next season. I want to have to freshen up the squad enough. If we haven't, then I guess it's a good option, but I want to freshen up the squad a bit more so we don't have to need a Jorginho. But I hear what you lot are saying, though.
But
yeah, he's also got that leadership, right?
This is my point, though, guys. Do you guys trust Thomas Partey, or do you guys trust Jorginho? Cam, I'm throwing it to you because Cam's been telling me about Partey for months now.
Months, but I've been saying about this guy since the day he walked into our club, bruv.
Why?
It was either your stream I was on or Terry's stream. It could have been both streams, to be fair, yeah. And as soon as we signed him, I was happy that we signed a midfielder, but I was like, this guy is an injury-prone player. And everyone was like, well, no, he's injury record. I'm like, listen, I'm telling you, this guy is an injury-prone player, yeah? And he's overrated. Like, he had a great season, by the way, but he's overrated, bro. It's just like with the Xhaka debate. I'm sorry, yeah.
Yo, guys, like,
thank you for last season.
So pissed off.
Overrated.
Right now, the Ghanaian man, Belgium, is so mad. He's so mad at what he's hearing. I had to add him.
He should be mad. That's crazy talk, man. Overrated.
All right, listen, let me ask the panel right now, yeah, because I could go back and forth and I'll still win this debate, because at the end of the day, I'm the one that's always been right. Even though I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right. But at the end of the day, when the season's always ends and done, I'm always the one that's in the right, and I hate it. Because I want to see Arsenal succeed, and I want to see Arsenal be top of the league, and I want to see Arsenal win the Champions League. But every single year I say the same shit. I'm like a stuck record since 2007. Yeah, bruv, end of the day, yeah, Partey is, bruv, he had a great season for us last year. I'll give him that. Yeah. Until the end, where everyone just dropped off. I'm not even just blaming Partey.
To give everybody an opportunity to have a 2 cents. Personally, I would move out Partey in the summer. I know Sulz would move him on. I know Kunle, you want to refresh the whole midfield, so you'd definitely move him on also. Martin, would you move him on? You're on mute?
I don't think there's a choice. Right now, he's a level raiser for us. He got us to this level, but I don't think he can keep us there. He's just not fit enough. And Jesus might have the same problem.
Tommy?
I love him, but we might have to move him on. He's just too injury prone. Like, I feel for the guy. He just can't catch a break. I feel like we have to sell him in the summer. Like, there's nothing we can do. We might have to just cash in on him and get.
Belgium, are you selling your fellow Ghanaian, Thomas Partey?
Oh, thank you, guys, and sorry for joining. Joining you guys a bit late. Listen, you know what? This is the first time I'm hearing this kind of, I don't know, what would I call it? Who was saying that Partey was overrated? And I don't know when.
No, because of
what game you watching? When I don't know what game you've been watching. I don't know. And again, on top of that, I mean, when he was at Atletico, I mean, coming to Arsenal, how many games did he miss when he was with when he was at Atletico? And I think, guys, sometimes I always say when you're talking, I always put context into every scenario or situations, right? And it seems to me that sometimes Arsenal fans, sometimes we kind of use our, I don't know, emotion, right? And not football player want to be out injured. Last season, we had Emil. He was out. He came back. He had a setback. And for some reason, he didn't play to the end of the season, right? But we didn't hear this outcry. We got players they've been out. This season, obviously, Partey, he started the game, he started the season. Then all of a sudden, within that period, he had his injury problems. And again, to you guys, I don't know if you're aware of that, he had an operation, right? It's not, listen, he's not in control of his body. So if the body cannot respond, he can't play. I don't understand how you guys, and again, the medical team, they're the team that literally
Belgium. I think you're missing the point now.
Just relax.
No problem.
Let me talk. Right, just hear me out. The medical team, they are the team that normally assess the players. It's like they'll look at the player and see whether is he fit, can he play, and if he's not responding to treatment, or if he's not able to be out there and be fully fit to play, then obviously they have to advise the coach. And that's what they've done. So I don't understand you guys. Because Partey is not fit, he's injury prone. Listen, look at his age. He's in his 30s. Last season, we had the same scenario with Jorginho, though. Yeah. He was out because when they get to that stage of their life, listen, so many stuff normally happen. You can't really have a player in his 30s to be fully fit and be playing week in, week out. We got if you look at all these clubs, we got what's his name? City, Kevin De Bruyne. He just came back. He did not even kick the ball in the beginning of the season.
So one second. You believe Thomas Partey will stay past this season?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
But then we're not going to give him a new contract.
Well, possibly, because obviously he's in 30s. So
what? Possibly?
Yeah. Well, no. What I'm saying that possibly they might not give him a new contract.
He needs to play at least minimum 20 games.
Yeah. Well, listen, he will play. He's already played 3 games, isn't it? Or 3 of? Oh yeah, 3. Well, the thing is that he got. Well, the problem is this. What happened is that the club, because everyone is get new players and get new players, and that's not how football clubs operate, though. We saw we could see what's happening with Chelsea. Wait. We could see what's happening with Chelsea now. I call them the cowboy team, literally, because normally when you kind of introducing youngsters into any team or a new player into any team, you got to make sure that those players who literally got an experience playing for the team, they are there to kind of guide those young players or those players coming up, or those players who will be introduced into the team. You cannot just get rid of everyone and literally trying to build up a new kind of frame system. There's no way.
Let me stop you there for a second, because Kunle was trying to say something earlier. I think he was trying to say something.
Yeah. Like, I think you're taking it from one extreme to the other, because I love Thomas Partey, and I don't agree with what Cam was saying in terms of his being overrated. He's one of the best TMs in the world. Like, let's call it a spade, and I don't even think Declan Rice has reached Partey's level yet, as good as he's been. But with that being said, he's in the latter years of his career, he's not been proven to be a player that we can rely on, and I want him to stay.
How many games did he play last season?
Wait.
I know, but I'm just asking.
I didn't interrupt you. You said I'll let you land. Let me land too. So, in terms of he's proven himself not to be reliable. This season alone, we've seen him, as you said, 3 games, and we still don't know when he's going to start a football game for Arsenal. So it's not like his injury record is going to get better with age; it's going to get worse. So
and it's a recurring injury, right? It's the same
exactly,
injury.
and he's clearly, and it's from what I'm actually. Let me not speculate. But anyway, like he's a player that I love, but we just can't rely on him. And I believe it's better to find either a younger player or refresh the squad a little bit more, because I've never heard any player come out and say the leadership of Thomas Partey in the squad has really helped motivate me. Yes, he's a great player, but instead of leadership and bringing on the next generation, I think someone like Jorginho would be more suited for that role than a Partey. As much as I love him as a player, and as much as I disagree as Cam saying that he's overrated, he's a baller, and I wish we could get a 25-year-old Thomas Partey, but we just can't.
And I wish I could keep everyone on the panel for as long as I want, but I need to ask some questions before I rotate the panel out. Martin, I want to know, a lot of people in the fan base don't believe we can do it. What do you think, man? Do you think this team could go and win some silverware this season?
I think that now is the time to put all of your concerns to the side and just sort of go with the ride. And we can talk about what works and what hasn't worked at the end of the season, but we're such an easy fan base to fragment into fractions and pieces and fight amongst each other over things which aren't really big issues. And so, yeah, there's nothing left to do but believe. And I think we've got a good team. I think we've got a manager that he's not as good as the other two, but he's new. So I think that gives us kind of an unknown quantity there. So I think, yeah, trust him, have some fun, enjoy it, and don't get too stressed out, you know. Stay off those group chats.
Big up Martin for jumping on, man. I know it's early there, so you have a good one, eh?
I got to run, guys. Nice to meet you.
Big up, Martin. Tommy, you're next, man. Do you believe, bro?
It's gonna be tough, man. Because Man City and Liverpool, like, both been there and done it. Like, obviously, it's just about being consistent. And like last season, we dropped off and we ended up bottling it. But I don't know if we can win it, because it's like we're not gonna. It's like with Man City, they're gonna go on a like 10 winning streak. We can't do that. We just don't have the experience to do that. But yeah, this manager, for me, he has to win at least one of them, the Premier League or Champions League, like one of them for me. But for me, I just don't think we're going to win either, because the Champions League, Real Madrid, like, we are not going to beat Real Madrid over 2 legs. Bayern Munich, well, Bayern Munich are, defensively, they are not good, but Bayern Munich have beaten us 5-1 in the past, home and away. And Bayern Munich give me nightmares. Like, Bayern Munich give me nightmares, man. And we can beat PSG. PSG are whack anyway. But the Champions League, I'll probably say quarterfinals. And I think we'll probably finish third. I think this manager, he just can't. I just don't think he's going to get us over the line. I want him to succeed, but I just don't know, man. Like, because we keep making the same mistakes, bro, over and over.
Tommy,
he's bottling in it, but yeah, but
I'm gonna have to get you on. I'm gonna have to get you on after the match reactions, like we used to, man. Big up to you for jumping on. Really do appreciate it. Yo, who's my man in the balaclava, bro? What's going on? Why are you hiding your face?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. All the negative Arsenal fans, they're gonna hate me today still.
Okay, what you gotta say, man?
No, I just gotta say, we just gotta keep calm as a fan base, man. I can't lie, man. You see, the 20 years without a Premier League, it ain't on Arteta. It's on Wenger, to be honest, mate. It's on Wenger and the fans that kept Wenger here for the 10. What year did Wenger leave? 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2018, I remember. I celebrated the day.
He should have left it.
You guys see him?
You see me?
Bro, go ahead. I got you full screen now. We just can barely see you because of the no lighting.
No, I'm outside.
All right, no worries, man. Just talk to me, man. Get it off your soul. What you got to say, man?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Wenger should have left in 2007 when Henry lost us the Champions League final, and he basically just created. But yeah, but it's the truth though. Henry was the greatest Premier League player ever. But that management to let your player leave when he missed 3 big chances in that final, and it created like a rhythm of look how many players left after basically that final. When Ashley Cole, I can name over 20 players that left our club after that to win medals at other clubs, and it started. We basically became a Brighton, and Arteta bring this club back to, I don't know, fighting for glory, because we've been in a title race since basically 2005, a serious title race anyway. So I don't even understand where Arsenal fans get this confidence from. to think they're this team that, because Arteta, if you don't win the league this season, he needs to be sacked. I don't even understand that, to be honest. Because
Yeah, bro.
You have been settling for mediocre for the past how many years? Then you're acting like you've been some fan base that had some mad standards before.
Let me stop you for a second, because there's two people on the panel who I think are one of those people who might consider not giving him a new contract this season and not. But would you consider sacking him, Cam, if he didn't win a trophy this year?
Well, like I said, like, I agree with my bad, bro. At the end of the day, with the Wenger thing, I'll be saying Wenger. I was Wenger out in 07, fam. I was calling his day for 07 when we lost the Carling Cup final, bro, to Chelsea, bro. So I agree with you on that part. But listen, you're saying about Arteta bringing back the glory days. But Arteta, all he's done is bring us back to where Wenger had basically left us, bro. But no, well, not as bad as Wenger that left us, because Wenger left us
in a better situation, no? So, what are you saying?
We've surpassed what Wenger was doing or how he left us. Let's be real. He finished us in top 4, 6 battles. Now we're in title contenders. Now we're challenging for the league. You know, yes, the cup competition. Yes, we've fallen down, and that's what needs to improve. But I wouldn't say we're where Wenger left us. This is probably where Wenger started with us.
True.
Wenger. When I say Wenger left, the last 2 seasons he fucking dropped off. But was us, you fans not saying we was in a title race in 2016? Was you fans not saying we was in a title race in 2012? Was you fans not saying we was in a title race in 2008? Like and now you're all contradicting, saying. Or not, he didn't leave, but he left us in a worse state. But I swear we was in the title race in 2016.
1 second. Kunle, what do you think, bro? Arteta, do you think Arteta is being held to unrealistic standards?
I don't know, because look at it this way. Like, I can't remember an Arsenal manager that's been backed like Arteta has. I know the times have changed and like inflation and that sort of stuff, but he's been backed. He finished 8th and 8th, and the board didn't budge. They renewed his contract in those periods, so they backed him. He fought them for Kai Havertz. He got him in, and whether that's worked or not, I guess we'll wait till the end of the season to decide that one. In terms of unrealistic standards, I don't think so, because what we're trying to see as fans, is this the guy that can just take us to the challengers, or is this the guy that can get us over the line? So I hear what people are saying. I'm not necessarily as black and white as to say if he doesn't win one of the trophies, you have to sack him. But it really, the only context is how far we take it. Last season, we took it to like the last 4 games. Can we take it to the final game this time? We should, because in essence, we're supposed to have evolved this season. We're supposed to have learnt this season. And I saw a team that's ready to fight to the end against Liverpool. Like, they bossed Liverpool across the park, just like they did in the FA Cup. The difference is we took our chances this time. Like, this has been warming for a while, and I've got to give it to him, because as fans, we're always like saying Arteta should have played this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. But he played players that maybe we weren't excited to see, like Kai Havertz in the 9 or Jorginho in the midfield. I'll put my hands up. I was very. I didn't know what was going to happen when I saw the lineup. Even though I did predict a 3-2 win, I was unsure when I saw the lineup. But he got it right. Tactics spot on. Substitution spot on. We fought to the end. 3-1. We're back in the title race. I don't want anyone asking me stupid questions. Are we back in the title race? You lot told us that it was a must-win game. We win the game. Now you're asking us stupid questions. I don't understand.
Big up Kunle, and big up Chavan for coming on, man. Just before you go, you think we can win it this year, man?
Yeah, we can, but you lot just need to understand who Pep Guardiola is, to be honest.
Facts.
This guy basically created Arteta. Him and Arteta grew up with each other, so he basically probably even created Arteta to basically cut out the function, basically to say that this is a Farmers League. So he created another competitor that's gonna go against him, man. Bro, he's only been in management for 4 years. You lot have got to show your role, to be honest, man.
Facts, bro. Big up for coming on, man. Hopefully I can get you on another show next time, bro. Don't know. And Cam, big up for jumping on also. Do you believe do you believe Arteta can win us a trophy, man? Even if he doesn't leave, even if he stays past this season, do you think next year we could pull it off? Because you don't believe this year, obviously.
I'll be real, yeah. If out of the Premier League and the Champions League, I believe more in the Champions League than what I do in the Premier League, because the Champions League this year, I'll give it to him because this guy, barring that Lons game away, every game we played in the Champions League, we played like how we played last season in the Premier League. You get what I mean? So I'm not saying we're going to go on to win the Champions League, but I'm just saying I've got more hope for the Champions League than what I do for this Premier League, especially with City in this Premier League. So
I hear that, Cam, and hopefully I can get you on more often in the future, bro.
Yeah, shout out, though. Big up, everyone, man. Big up.
Big up. Just before Dylan joins in, we got Sean in the house, channel regular, been on the channel for day one. My guy, Sean. How you doing, Sean? You doing good?
Good.
Sean, how you feeling, man? How you feeling about Arsenal? Last time I spoke to you, you were sad. Now you're happy? Can you hear me, Sean? Poor guy. He can't hear me. Talk to us, Sean, man. What are you saying, man?
Sounds not working.
Can you hear me?
Poor guy. Sean, jump back into the stream. You can't hear us. But people, do me a favor, show some love and support to Sean as he jumps back into the stream. And big up Cam for joining us. I'll add you back I'll add you on the next stream, hopefully, when we have a conversation. But yo, Sulz, you wanted to talk about Kai Havertz. Dylan's here. Dylan's a big critic.
What? So what? You wait until you want to talk about my favorite player when I'm gone, and then you want to drag me in to talk about Havertz.
Dylan,
wait. You want to talk about Partey? Why?
No. You got well. Let me say something. This is so confusing sometimes. Arsenal fans, yeah, right? Listen. Don't you believe that these players, they literally want to cross the line? Don't you believe that, listen, these players, they need that motivation, that they need that positivity. So how can he come on the space, or how can he come on social media, or how can he be on the show and kind of sprout out that kind of negativity? It just shows that, oh, you're not too sure Arsenal are going to win the league. You're not too sure if we will win the Champions League. Listen, hey, Champions League, to start with, is a cup competition, yeah? We are in the knockout stages. If we do well against Porto, yeah, which I believe certainly we will do that, then we got to, quarterfinals. And then the semis. Why not? The final will be played at Wembley. And Arsenal, when it comes to a cup game playing at Wembley, we've got a good record. So we can do it. Arsenal can do that, right? When it comes to the league, right?
Look at Kunle's face. He's loving it.
For me, personally, I believe that Arsenal will win the league this season. City is not winning the league.
And you believe if we go to Wembley, we win it?
Yeah. Well, listen,
I love it. I love it.
City is not winning the league this season. Right?
I love it, bro.
Mark my word. And I've said it many times. I said it in my fan cam on Sunday. City, they're not winning the league. Right?
Belgium. How many games have Manchester City lost since Kevin De Bruyne retired?
Well, don't worry about the number of games they've lost. Listen, they still got to play other games. And do you feel that we will be going there? So everyone's thinking that, as soon as we go to Etihad, this season is going to be different.
Cam said he's rattled you, man.
Listen, Arteta, forget about we had those bad games against Fulham, West Ham at home, and Fulham, yeah? Guess what? He's now learned how to play against City, yeah? He's got a way to set up his team to play against City, yeah? Obviously, people will say, we play them at home, and that's different, playing with them over there. But literally, I tell you what, he knows how to play them now. It's matured. So for me, people need to relax. Every time you ask people, they say, City, they can go for the round for, many games and win them.
Belgium, do you know what, Belgium? Belgium, I hear what you're saying in terms of I love your confidence. You're gassing me up as you're saying these things because I remember lifting titles with this team.
Big up Celebration Police. And my man Sean's backstage once again. So just add him quickly. Just have him say his piece.
Okay, no problem.
Sean, talk to me. Can you hear me, Sean?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Sean. How you doing, man? How you feeling?
Oh, good.
You feeling good about Arsenal?
How is the transfer window doing?
The transfer window went and left.
Very well. Not very well.
We didn't sign nobody, Sean.
What do you think about the win against Liverpool, Sean?
3-1 against Liverpool.
What do you think we're going to do against West Ham, Sean? You think we beat West Ham?
Yep.
And what's the score going to be? Big up, Sean, man.
3-0.
There you go for Arsenal. Big up, Sean, for jumping on. Everyone in the chat, show some love to Sean. My guy, Sean's the GOAT, man.
See you
Big
later.
Big up, Sean. Big up, Sean.
We got Monty in the house also. I'm sorry, guys. This is kind of chaotic show today. We got another caller quickly, so we're just gonna go to the caller quickly. M in the house. M, last time I spoke to you, you were gassed. You were hyped up. It was early in the season, late in the season last year. We were gonna win it. We didn't end up winning it. How you feeling right now, man?
You just reminded me. Yeah, I think we're even worse off than we were last season, and we didn't win it. So anyone think we're gonna win it this season? I don't know. I think you're
1 second. Everyone, do you guys agree with him? Are we worse off than we were last season?
I want to make a point. I want to say something. Yeah, right.
100%.
Last season. Right. Like, hear me out. Last season, yeah, we were what, 5 points clear the whole year, and we ended up throwing it away. Yeah. But now this season, people, well, even including myself, I went into pre-season and went into the new season, especially after the Community Shield. I said, listen, right, I feel like we've upgraded our team massively, and Man City have downgraded their team massively, which they have. Now, if that's the case, and we're 5 points trailing the same way City were, but we're now better than the Man City team that people were saying, then why can't we come back in the same way that the Man City team did?
Why can't we be the chasers for once? Monty,
no, we can be the chasers. We can be the chasers. I think we can.
Mate,
Monty,
what annoys me is
welcome to the show.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for having me on. It's just annoying at the moment. People go, "No, I'm not going to win it." Shut up, man. If you want to win the league, manifest it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
you're not talking about M.
Like, I'm sorry, yeah, but we've literally just bodied Liverpool effectively twice at football, and then we lost the FA Cup because we just didn't score. If you're going to go around going, trust me, I'll tell you now, we're never going to win the league. You have to manifest it. You have
to be fair, we're not the ones who win the league. We just want to watch the team in the league.
Yeah, no, of course. When it comes to what we can do, we've got to win three big games that's coming up throughout the season that we really have to win, because we're going to win all the small ones. Yeah, when it comes to it, it's Man United away, Old Trafford. We haven't won there for that much at all, really, in the last 10 years. That's a hard one. They're maybe not the best team right now, but it's Old Trafford. It's just a ground we don't do well at. The Etihad, we have to win there. It's a non-negotiable. That is literally a non-negotiable. I think Liverpool do beat City though. Then you've got Spurs away. Now we did break that duck last year, and there's no reason to say that we can't do it this year. But again, we have to beat what's in front of us. When it comes to if we can win the league, of course we can. Of course we can. And the only issue for me is when you look at and comparing sort of last year. And I know earlier you were speaking about Jorginho's contract extension. People are saying don't give it to him. Now, I would give it to him only on the presence one, because he is the best for the high press games. If we're up against a team that is going to try to outplay us rather than us go to them and they low block, you need a Jorginho, because what you can do is he can pace the game. He can put the ball at his feet and he goes, right, what's going on? And then he
he's good at the high press.
Let M finish.
He's good at the high press until he's got
before we go too far into a tangent. M, what's your final statement, bro? What do you got to say for us, man? How you think the season ends?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, going back to last season, after 19 games, we had 50 points and didn't win the league. We played better football last season, scored more goals, and actually looked at a way better team than we do than last season, and we didn't win the league.
Can I put a question to you?
Just let me finish. So based on what are we going to win the league this season? And you guys are saying, oh, why can't we be the chasers? When has this team proved that they can come from behind and win the league? Like,
we have to prove it.
And one thing to add as well in terms of context for this season to last season, right? Now,
Yeah,
last
true, cool.
season, we didn't earn the respect that we have now. We didn't have it. A lot of people prior to the season starting last season thought we were going to be 5th, 6th, pushing 4th, and then we went on a title charge. People didn't give us the respect that we deserved, so they tried to outplay us. They said, well, we can give Arsenal a game. They tried it, then they got slapped. They got absolutely slapped in games. We were putting 3-0 up in the first half. This season, they've gone, shit. Now they're actually a pretty good team. If we try and outplay them, they're going to ruin us. And that's what Nottingham Forest literally did. They literally went, absolutely not. Do not give them a space. So just sit back. Now that's where we struggle is the low block. So the reason we haven't scored as many goals is because we haven't had as much open space to play into. But yet we're only
Also-
2-3 goals off. And we're only 2 points
Also,
off.
you said something about, look, I'm not sure the answer to your question in terms of are we better than last season, this season. But if you look at it this season, right, if everyone's fit, there's a realistic chance our bench could be Trossard, Ramsdale, Havertz, ESR, Tomiyasu, Timber. That like I don't know when we've had a bench that looks like that. So to say that it's not clear to say that we're not better this season. That's number one. And number two, look, we've just shown that we can go toe to toe against the big Jurgen Klopp with the big Liverpool team that everyone said we're going to play us off the park. No one had us winning really in that game. And now we've showed that we can win this game. So Arteta has a couple of questions to answer. Like one of them is, has he finally, which I hope the answer is yes, has he finally given up on Kai Havertz in the midfield? Not playing for Arsenal, Kai Havertz in the midfield. I'll be very happy about that. Him used as a false nine or impact sub in a different position. I don't mind those situations, but in the midfield, that Kai Havertz experiment does not work.
We're going to talk about Kai Havertz right now.
Quickly before you move on, how do people
I just need to read the super chat, and then I'll be back to everybody. Big up AMT for the super chat. Remember, in 97-98 Premier League season, Arsenal were at one point 10 points behind Manchester United. What happened? Question mark.
Won the league.
So the club has done it before. This team hasn't done it before. We have to go prove it that we can do it. And as somebody in the chat said earlier, big up my guy Femi. I need to get him back on the show soon. Femi said, better defense, the best defense in the world. He's saying, and I don't disagree too much. But I appreciate you jumping on. I'm sorry, it is kind of quick fire today, but I'll definitely need to do more call-in shows and get you on. Okay.
No worries, bro. Take care.
Big up. We got long-time member also joining us. And Ursan in. So this is now where we're going to talk about Kai Havertz. It's going to be us. We need to discuss Kai Havertz. And Sulz is going to start this conversation off. But Dylan, what were you going to say?
I was going to say quickly, how do people call in?
There's a link in the chat.
In the chat, perfect. Cheers.
Okay. Go ahead, Sulz. What are you saying?
Man, people disrespect Kai Havertz too much, man. That's what I want to say, firstly. I feel like for me, right, you've got to understand a few things, right? A manager has a role for a player, and we don't always understand nor do we agree with that role. Same way we don't agree with the Martinelli for Trossard substitution. I've seen the meltdown on Twitter. No one can come back to me and say people did not melt down when that happened. That was our best player, right? And
I didn't melt down.
No, I'm just saying, like a large
majority. I hear what you're saying. Majority
people had a bit of a meltdown. Yeah, what the fuck? They took Martinelli. The thing is, the manager clearly sees in training, he sees his team, he sees the way he wants to play and how he feels is best to win a game. Now, when you look at Kai Havertz against Liverpool, let's just take the most recent example. Even if you want to take it back to the beginning of the season when we played in the Community Shield, what was the defining moment? It was Kai Havertz taking the ball off Ruben Diaz. Remember, before that, they had possession for about 15 minutes straight. I can remember that game so clearly. It was Man City on the ball for about 15 minutes, passing it around us. Kai Havertz goes, F this, and goes and just tackles him. Takes him out and goes, yeah. And that's what broke their rhythm. This is what Kai Havertz does against teams like this, where they want to have a rhythm, they want to play a certain way. He just breaks their rhythm. He's a nuisance. And sometimes that's what you need in a team. And he's so different to what we have. He's a target to hit at. You know, Raya at Brentford had so much success with two players, and Bumbo and Tony. Why? long passes straight into them as channel target men. And that's what Kai Havertz is offering Arteta in the system. Now, it doesn't mean he's perfect for every game. It doesn't mean he's perfect to start every game. It doesn't mean he has to be on the first name on the team sheet, but there's a purpose for him. And people need to start realizing it's not just about the goals he's going to add. It's not just about the assists he might have. It's about him being this off-ball nuisance that creates opportunities for other players. Look at, the 1-on-1, yes, he should have scored that. I'm not denying that. But look at the way Canard off because Kai Havertz was doing what he needed to do, be nuisance to these physical defenders. And for far too long, Arsenal have been bullied. Arsenal have been bullied by
What's
these
your point? Is he an upgrade on Kai Havertz? That's what people are going to say to you. They're not going to listen to all of this. They're just going to say to you, is Kai Havertz worth the 65 million? Is he an upgrade on Kai Havertz?
Million percent.
Is he an upgrade on Kai Havertz?
Who?
I mean,
Wait, who?
is he an upgrade on Xhaka?
Well, he's not meant to be an upgrade on Xhaka.
So your main point is
they're both not going to be. They're both not great players. That's quite simply the simple. They're both not very good. But
no, I disagree. I think Xhaka was really good.
Kai Havertz.
Oh, Egal, we had one good season in a team. Egal. Can I make my feelings on Xhaka clear? Yeah, this guy was at Arsenal for 7 years.
They're off on a tangent.
You have to let me speak for 30 seconds. Yeah. Xhaka was here for 7 years. He was a liability for 7 years. He was average for 7 years, and he had his place in the team very easily. Yeah. When the team started getting good, the club started investing, and the players around him became good. He thrived in a good team. Yeah. The leader he pretended to be for ages, the big talker, the player in the dressing room. The moment some competition came along, the moment he smelt a bit of competition in the summer, he went bouncing off back to Germany because he's clearly still capable of playing football at some kind of level. So why did he go bouncing off to Germany the moment some competition arrived? If he's such a leader and he's so good, he had one good season in a team where we had good players around him for once out of the 7 years, and he looked amazing. Everyone's gassing him up, and now everyone's getting emotional on Twitter. Every week, oh Xhaka, piss off! I hate him. Like he make no like.
Listen, let me just stop everything right there. Big up with the super chat saying that was Wenger's first full season. Anyways, I hear that. Quickly, we're gonna stay on the Havertz topic.
Can I say something quickly? Yeah. Listen, well, previously somebody came on earlier on and was talking about how Wenger, because of Wenger, we are where we are now. And I just want to say to that person, I forgot who was it, I forgot the name. I just want to say to him, listen, come on, sometimes when we're talking, let's always put context into every single thing. Wenger, thanks to Wenger, Arsenal, financially we sound now, and again to our club on that kind of ascend. So it's always, it's sometimes I find it bizarre when people come in and trying to talk about Arsenal right now, and the next thing is because of Wenger time. Wenger did a fantastic job for Arsenal. It was a platform. So let's stop showing that lack of gratitude to the man. Well, I'm happy that Arsenal.
Guys,
wait.
We're gonna leave the Wenger conversation.
Show that gratitude.
1 second. We're gonna leave the Wenger conversation. We're gonna stay on the Kai Havertz topic.
Yeah. Okay. With the Kai Havertz situation, do you know what? I don't understand. It's like it kind of, should I say, polarized, because the thing is that it kind of we paid 65 million for him, right? Then again, to when he joined the team, Arteta had to redefine his position because obviously that's why we play with 2 10s, and Declan Rice was playing as a lone 6. Then obviously he's not kind of working as maybe Arteta was expecting, and again that's why Arteta decided against Liverpool, because the first game against Liverpool in the cup game, he actually deployed him as a number 9, as a first number 9, and he missed those chances. But in the league that we played them against on Sunday, to be honest, first 20 minutes, he wasn't literally in the game. In fact, it was in the second half that he started getting more involved into the game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Maybe, I don't know, if Arteta, I don't know if Gabriel Jesus is back, then obviously Arteta might not play him again in that position. But
let me ask you guys this. I think this is the perfect time to ask this question. Does Eddie Nketiah get back into the striker position for you guys, or is it Havertz for now?
Of course, Eddie will be part of the conversation, because that game that we played.
Why would Eddie be the part of the conversation if Jesus?
You just ask a question, isn't it? It's based on the requirement. Listen, the game
Oh,
we
that's a good
played,
point.
the game we played against Liverpool, Eddie is not Kai Havertz is 6 foot. We played against tall defenders. So Arteta thought that, do you know what? Let me just throw this guy in. Then he threw Kai Havertz in. And literally he'll be playing against 2 centre-back who are equally as tall as him. So, and he did the job. Now there will be some game against West Ham. They'll come up with compact defending back, compact low blocks. Do you need Kai Havertz to be playing in that game? No. And if Gabriel Jesus is not there, AD is the player for you in terms of requirement of that game. AD is the one supposed to be answering those questions. I mean, those questions.
I'd rather Trossard ask those
answers for
questions,
you.
to be honest, man.
You do
Personally,
what?
I hear what you're saying, but I'd rather Trossard play than Eddie, to be honest, man. As much as I love Eddie, he's just
Trossard,
like
listen,
as good as he is. He's just not
I've
our
been to
level,
so
man.
many.
One
He's
second,
not
guys.
good enough
I wanna
against like
bring in,
strong
I want to bring in
opposition,
other
man.
people in the conversation quickly. We have Earthan here, we have Monty here, and we
Hello.
have Ben here. What are you guys saying on Kai Havertz, guys?
I think Kai Havertz, yeah, for me, watching the game, it's good to see that everyone is on side with him following his performance. I think he is a very useful player for the style, for different tactics that we need him to do. One thing that really stood out to me was his position and his off the ball work. He caused a lot of problems from Van Dijk, Alisson, and Konate. When he was running at them alongside Ødegaard, he had those 3 players rattled throughout the whole game. And my thoughts were, before I saw everyone's opinion on social media, I thought Kai Havertz had a 6.5/7.5 out of 10 performance because the majority of the aerial duels he had against Konate's, Van Dijk, he only won like 1 or 2 as we went pummeling him. But on the ground, I thought he was everywhere. He was doing everything right, similar to what Jesus did, forcing defenders into fouls, picking up play from deep, enabling us to create the chances. And I think he's a very versatile outlet for us, where he can play as a midfielder because he's a good passer of the ball. He can make the right decisions, but also up front because of his aerial ability. I think he's always been underrated because of the Chelsea, not because he signed for 65 million, because he signed from Chelsea, a rival. Just like David Luiz. David Luiz ended up leaving Arsenal as one of the most underrated defenders during our toughest period. Nobody liked him because he came from Chelsea. And yes, some of the errors he made. Jorginho, fantastic at the weekend. No one's been giving him his plaudits apart from the Liverpool game. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think with Havertz, back on Havertz, he's got to start being a bit more clinical in terms of one-on-ones, in terms of, but I think he thrives off of having an attacker next to him as a full-on striker. I do think, like, if he was playing in a 2, like we sort of did against Liverpool when we were defending the 4-4-2, I felt he thrived. And I think time will tell, but I think we need to start believing in ourselves as a team, believing in our players that we can achieve good things. Like, I was listening on the debates about winning the Premier League. If people can think Liverpool can win the league with Darwin Núñez up front, hitting the post every 5 minutes, why can't people believe in Kai Havertz to deliver us a Premier League title? That's what I do. I'm trying to work out, because Kai Havertz can cause the same amount of chaos to one of the best defenses in the Premier League.
What they'll tell us is that Liverpool have done it before. That's what they'll say. He's done it before.
Big up Mafia with the super.
And until we do it, everyone's just gonna keep talking at us. That's the reality.
That is 100% fact.
We've done it
and
many
everyone
years
here,
ago, isn't it?
Yeah, but Havertz is not playing up front. Havertz is playing in midfield. Why are we comparing him to Núñez?
They're not, but he's playing in 2 different
Played
positions.
up front on the weekend, bro.
It's 2 different positions. It's like Tomiyasu in defense. He'll play left back or right back in certain games, or like there's that versatility where on the ball we look different. On the ball, off the ball he's tucking in into midfield, whereas on the ball he's always like trying to be the furthest man up the pitch. We're trying to be versatile where everybody, when attacking, everyone's in numerous different positions. Sometimes Saka will drop into the left-hand side, Martinelli will drop onto the right.
or Jesus will drop onto the left. It's just a different versatility that we're trying to be unpredictable as possible, and Kai Havertz offers us that.
No, but that's
Fair.
how we've been playing.
Just 1 second, guys. I just want to say big up Mafia Boss for jumping on and submitting the super chat or super sticker or whatever that is. Big up for that. And also Kunle and what do you call it? Belgium for joining today, because of course I want to rotate the panel and there's some people that want to call in also. So thanks for jumping on and giving me some of your time. And before you go, quick question. I have to ask this question. Do we do it this season or this might not be our year? What do you think?
No, we do. We gotta believe. We've got to believe in ourselves. Why?
I know Belgium believes. Kunle, this is for you.
You know my
Kunle, come off mute.
So.
Kunle, come off mute.
Boy, are we gonna do it? I'm still I don't know. Can we do it? Yeah, we definitely can. Let's see. Game by game, guys.
Big up.
Let's believe, man. Let's believe, man. Let's keep out the spirit, man. Thank you.
Big up, Belgium. I'll catch you on the next one.
On Havertz.
All right, guys, Ben hasn't said a word. Monty hasn't said a word in a while. And Dylan hasn't said a word. So we're going to get to you guys in a second. I'll start with Ben quickly because he hasn't said anything. Ben, talk to me.
Well, are we as good as last season? How many points are we off from last season? From this time to last season?
I don't know.
Two.
2 points.
Two.
Oh, I tell you what, that's 2 points. That's miles off, isn't it? It's not really that far off on last season. And can I just mention, when we did I don't know if some of you remember the Invincibles, but the season before the Invincibles, we played better football that time. The season before, that is when we played absolutely outstanding football. But it wasn't the right football to get us win the game. At the beginning of this next season of the Invincibles, I remember I didn't have Sky back then, but I had to watch a lot of my games on, as and when I could, and on I used to watch Football Focus, and they were saying, everyone was saying, Arsenal this first 10 games, we are not as good as last season, and that's what they were saying about Invincible. So let's just go on about what we did. Let's go on about what we did. 2 points off from last season, right? And we're not playing as well. If we start playing as well, then we're going to be, we're still not into gear yet. Regarding Havertz, if Havertz didn't come from Chelsea, we would not be judging him the same way as we are judging him right now. Do I think Havertz has been outstanding or amazing No. He could be doing a lot better. But if it had come from Brighton, we'd have all been talking about how, he's been quite good actually. He's not been that bad. He has been okay this season. He's done a good job. If Partey was fit, would he have played as much in midfield as what he has now? Would the midfield been the midfield that it has? No, I don't think it would have been. I think Partey would have played a lot more. I think Havertz would have been playing a lot more off the bench, or would have been rotated in with, we wouldn't have probably played Eddie. He would have been playing front. And to judge him against, Xhaka last season, he's not the same sort of player as Xhaka. Is he an upgrade on Xhaka? I don't think so in the position that he's been playing this season. But Xhaka wanted to go, so saying it's not. You can't judge it on that. I don't think. But Havertz, I think people just need to start giving him a bit of love. Just stop criticising him too much. You need to judge him on him as alone, and not judge him on being a Chelsea player. Do the same with Jorginho. Jorginho's been fantastic since he come. Absolutely outstanding. He's had one bad game. He's had one bad mistake, and that was the Tottenham game, and that was it. Apart from that, I can't remember a bad game that he's actually had. He's actually played really, really well.
Fair enough. Bro,
because of
time,
repeat everything I just said.
Because of time, bro, I'm gonna have to do more of these because everyone wants to jump in today. I appreciate you coming on, bro. I appreciate your support of the channel. You're always there. You're one of the channel members. You're one of the best. I appreciate you every single time, bro. Thank you for jumping on. Monty, take it away, bro. You wanted to talk about Havertz quickly before we get to the running order. By the way, is Ali, then Femi. It's after you is Dylan, then Ali, then Femi, and then we're gonna go add the next 2 guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, so literally with Kai Havertz, in short, is he worth the £65 million for the role he's playing? No. Can he become a player that can make that money worth, maybe. But the thing is, he's not necessarily playing in the role I think he deserves to be. We got a glimpse of it against the Liverpool game. I mean, I've always seen Havertz as, and I'm not by any way means comparing him to this player at all and saying he's as good, but like sort of that second striker Dennis Bergkamp role. Because what he can do, he's a target man. What he needs is a runner off of him. And that's what really annoyed me against when we played Liverpool last time in the FA Cup. And we took Jorginho off and we didn't put Kai Havertz with Nketiah up front. Because Nketiah, he'll make those runs off of him. Or even Jesus, like if you put them next to each other, I genuinely think you'll see the best out of Kai Havertz because he'll be able to hold the ball up and he can run it, pass it on to Jesus into space. And if you looked at the average positions of what the team was actually against Liverpool, he effectively played a 2-4-4. Martinelli was more advanced actually. He was more of an he's the most advanced player in the game, but I think that was a game plan just to pin back Trent and pin back Gomez as well, and it worked perfectly as we saw because on the quick counter attacks, Rea was able to just blast it, and that was how we won. But on regard to Havertz, he's not a midfielder, right? He's not that left 8. We need to get over that. He's not that guy. I would personally rather see Emil Smith-Rowe with the players that we have at the moment in that role, or maybe even bring Jorginho in more. But the thing about Jorginho is I think he's better against the teams like Liverpool, the Cities,
I think,
when we go into the Champions League
yeah,
against the bigger teams, because what he does, he allows Rice to play in a more advanced role. And Rice is, like, people think he's a 6, right? Rice is a 6 and an 8, right? This guy was forced to play a 6 in West Ham because they are, let's face it, bang average when they were there. So he was forced to defend. If you get him into an 8 role, an attacking position, people can come off of him, right? When you saw it, right? If you've got that high press, Rice is probably one of the best pressers and closes down on the ball I've ever seen. Like, his angle of pursuit is ridiculous. He reads it before it even happens. So if you can get him more in advanced positions, I'm loving that. Now, Jorginho stepping in there allows that double pivot as well, because he can step back and he can rotate into the 6. He can go outside, which allows more coverage for Saka on the right, allows more coverage for Martinelli on the left. This is a much better way that we are playing, and that's because Havertz isn't in the midfield. Now, that's not to say Havertz isn't good, but I just think he should be playing at more false 9 or have support. If you're going to go late into a game, you need a goal, get Jesus on, right? Take Jorginho off, put Rice back in, and then put another runner in there, put another attacker in there to go off of him. Because if he can
100%. But what you say there, what you say, I just wanted to point out with Havertz, what I noticed about Havertz's role, as well, where you have an out-and-out midfielder, like you have a Jorginho or a Smith-Rowe, you notice them in the game a lot more. I find with Havertz, when we've got the ball ticking in midfield, when it's Partey, it's bouncing, it's popping. He's involved, him and Rice bouncing off each other. Well, I haven't seen much of it yet. Or him and Xhaka were bouncing off each other. With Havertz, I feel like he just drifts over into some kind of space, gets the ball where no one's really near him, passes it to the nearest person to him. He's not really involved in the middle of the pitch. Like, he's not really in there.
There's an interesting stat as well. When he receives the ball, I was doing this on the Arsenal Variable podcast with Adam. We broke it down. We were doing sort of an Emil Smith-Rowe versus Kai Havertz talk, and we basically looked at the stats. And Emil Smith-Rowe is a more direct player. His touch to pass is about 1.23. He barely takes a touch before he passes the ball. He moves the ball. He gets it going. He doesn't want to hold on to it long. The only time he touches it is when he does a direct run, and that's what you want from him. But Kai Havertz, on average, he takes 2.5 touches per pass. He's someone who wants to slow the ball down, and we can't have that, because when we're using him in low block. You can't have that. You need to have interchanging quick play. If he was more of the target man up front and could lay it down on a cross and just lay the ball down for a defender like an Nketiah or a Jesus, because one thing I like about Nketiah, and people will hate him, but he's so good at getting to second balls. He has this natural ability to get into a position and pick up spills. I don't know how he does it, but if you have a tall vertical player in the box who can bring the ball down and you have a player running off of him, that's when you'll get the best of. That's when you'll get the best in Nketiah, and I think you'll get the best of Havertz. Is when if they will play together, because they feel like if you put them isolated on their own, they struggle a little bit. But they're not bad players. Do you know what I mean? Like, Arteta sees these players every day. They're not bad players. I just think they need to have a bit of support around them, and I think they could both bring the best out of them. But in short, is Havertz worth the money that we bought him for at the moment? No. In the role that we bought him for, which is that left 8. Can he make back that money and maybe work into a new role and potentially give us a new dimension in bigger games and games where we're going up against teams that are trying to outplay us? Absolutely.
Okay. I just need to get Ali to speak, because Ali hasn't said a word yet before Femi goes. Ali, what are you saying, man?
Hi there, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, how are you? Good. Yeah, I mean, I was hearing some of the stuff being said about Kai Havertz. I think at the moment it's a hard assessment to make because in some games he is performing, I do believe. You know, he had the games against we really needed him against Brentford. He he delivered. We needed him against. He scored the goal to seal our win against Brighton. But in so many games, I just believe I don't know if it's just me watching him, but he just looks a bit lazy. Like the way this guy's running, the way this guy's jogging, it's just not. I don't see a lot of effort. Like everyone's saying, yeah, effort, but then number one, effort doesn't equal £65 million. Number two, I don't even know if I see the effort from him. So we can say, yeah, he performs sometimes, but he's just way too inconsistent, if you ask me.
You have to let Femi go. You've got to
Big
let
up to
Femi
you,
go.
Ali,
Yeah.
man. Ali, did you have anything else to say before you go? 'Cause
Let's speak, man. Let's speak.
Ali, did you have anything else you have to say before you go? Because Femi's gonna go next.
No worries. Yeah. I just want to say, I think if you want a prediction from me at the moment, I see us probably finishing third, and I think we'll go fairly far in the Champions League. If we get a few lucky draws, I reckon we can make the semi-finals. I don't
bring the
see-
hard ones on, bro. I want the hard teams straight off the bat, bro. I don't even care.
Well, then we're not gonna make it far, mate. Honestly, I don't think.
I don't get this, man.
If you want to duck it, you're going to have to play the best teams anyway. So you might as well get them out early and you build that confidence. Do you know what I'm saying? If you get a Bayern Munich off the bat and you beat them, you're like, bruv, fucking bring the world on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. No, I actually do agree with that. I don't think we're necessarily the team that's most capable of winning the Champions League, and I don't think we're definitely the favourites to win the league. But at the end of the day, no, that logic's right. Like if we want to win the Champions League and we want to win it at Wembley, I think the best thing to do is get a Real Madrid or Bayern out of the way, bring that confidence, and then if we've beaten Bayern or Real Madrid, who's going to tell us we can't beat Napoli at Wembley?
Facts.
Fair enough.
Fair
I also
point.
want to. Sorry, I just want to say one more thing. Yeah, for all the people who are defending Arteta, I do believe he's the right man, but he spent almost £600 million.
Well, wait,
Let's just.
more, bro.
Is it more? Is it more?
Wait more.
Well, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm saying. I just want to put that out there because, yeah, I do believe he's got the potential, and it is his first job. But I just want to put it out there that he's spent more than £600 million. So
close to $1 billion.
If he doesn't win a trophy this season, I would say his job is under some sort of scrutiny. Maybe not by the board and the owners, but definitely by the fans.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't think that's 100% in line with what the board will think, but I think
to be fair,
a lot of people would agree with you.
Contracts we had on players and selling players are hindered some
Femi,
of the ability, 100%.
Ersan, you got anything to say before Femi goes? Because you haven't got to say much.
For me?
Yeah.
About what exactly?
Arteta's contract, bro. Do you think he's gonna get a contract?
I think the thing is with Arteta, I think we're giving him a contract based off of the progress we've made as a club and the potential he has as a manager. At the moment, I don't see any manager available that would be able to do what Arteta is doing at Arsenal. I really don't. I don't think there's been a lot of managers in the merry-go-round that have had that similar potential in a similar age range, like Nagelsmann, for example, or like a Tuchel that's been in and out of jobs and having that lack of consistency in their roles. And I think we do need to trust Arteta and back him to deliver the success going forward. I think it's one of those ones where the grass isn't greener on the other side, and I think the experience he showed against Liverpool, the composure he had during the game after our mistake, it shows that he's adapting to the scenarios from last season where, we played Man City. I think it was at home and we lost 3-1. We got battered. They were above us at the time and we needed to beat them, and we crumbled against Man City. This time, Liverpool were at the top after we crumbled a little bit, and we took the game, and it was men v boys. And I look at Arteta as a manager that is building serious potential going forward. And I think, yeah, the 600 million, he spent a lot of money, but Pochettino spent a lot of money. You know, Man
You have to
United have spent
compete.
a lot
You
of
have
money.
to spend money to compete.
They're the
It's
clubs that need to be like criticizing managers. Now is not the time. However, I will say, yeah, we have to. Last season we got 84 points. If we don't get 84 or more points, then I could sit there and be like, yeah, Arteta has not pulled us forward from last season. I don't think Arsenal can. I find it a bit weird. I like the fact that Arsenal fans believe that we can go in and win the Champions League, but when I look at the Europa League form, getting knocked out by Villarreal, Sporting, Olympiacos, the way we've been
Femi,
getting
you're
knocked
next, I
out,
promise.
how can I back this team that forward in the Champions League? We take it smooth, step by step. First game against Porto, what can we do? We have to win that first leg. We have to win it by 2 goals in that first leg. We have to make sure we're already in that
Just have
second
to
leg
win,
without
bro.
Hey Gal, can I say
having that
For
doubt.
me, I
anything?
promise you're gonna go. I just need to read the super chat. Big up Cliff saying, "Man said Nunes hit the post so we can win with Kai Havertz." What, lads?
I can't lie. I think it's
Without a proper striker, we can't do anything. Top 4 at best. Love to be wrong though. I hear that, but we can't sign a striker at this point. We have to get the best of what we have. ATM saying Jorginho has been huge in the Champions League because his vast experience of winning. And what Eric Ten Hag spent 400 million in 1.5 years. Ersan, I think Femi had something to respond to what you said, and then we're going to go to Josh after.
It's not even like a response to him. I just like it's like we've gone so many places, and I just feel like context is just never applied. And part of it is because of the fact that it's been so long that we've won anything. So we always go back into this kind of like inferior complex. It's like I cannot imagine a season in which we've beaten Man City twice. We drew in Anfield. We then clobbered Liverpool, and we're still talking like cocks. Like it perplexes me.
I agree.
Like
I
I've
totally
never.
agree.
I
We
don't
have to
think
bridge
there's
that gap.
there's
That's the
no
thing.
other fan base that will talk the way we talk after doing the things we've done now for back-to-back seasons. Even if you want to bring up, like, okay, we lost Xhaka, apparently the greatest midfielder who has ever played for Arsenal, apparently. Cool. And I'm granted, exaggeration, obviously. We lost him. We bring in this 6'4" useless man, and somehow, some way, we have the best defense, one of the best defenses in the world. How is that possible? I think there's another concept that they were like, oh, we don't
Declan Rice is a
have
massive part of the defense still. Him receiving the ball from Gabriel Saliba and progressing it forward. Declan Rice is huge for the defense.
Can I say something?
There's this concept of like, and there's this concept of like people bring up last season, but then they don't think about the context of what happened last season. Last season, everyone, both fans, managers, and teams, came in there thinking Arsenal is at best 5th through 8th. So we're gonna play them like they're 5th through 8th. We're not like one of the biggest, and coming in from the 21 to 22 season. Our biggest issue was our errors leading to goals. How do you get errors leading to goals? You press the shit out of these teams, and that's what teams tried to do in the beginning of the season. Hey, there's a mistake in them somewhere, and you know what we did? We punished teams every single week. Of like, okay, you want to press us? There's gaping holes back there for Martinelli and Saka, and we're going to blitz teams. We were beating teams within the first 20 to 30 minutes, which allowed people like Xhaka to be able to drift forward and to be that connector because there was more space. Now, especially towards the end of last season, teams were like, you know what? There isn't a mistake in these guys. Let's just sit back. Let's just load the box up and let them make their own mistakes. And you know what we did for 3 consecutive games? Yeah, we would score, but we also had stupid mistakes with us.
Yeah.
And we did this stupid double pivot thing in which we just didn't have enough players in the box. We were terrible defensively in the transition. And we were aerially, we couldn't do jack shit. If it wasn't Gabriel, we were not winning a single header. So what Arsenal decides to do is like, hey, look, during that Sporting game, we were torn to shred in transition. So you know what we should do? We should focus on the transition. We should focus on aerial duels. We should focus on being a better team off the ball. That's what we focused on. And we came into this season thinking, you know what? We know we can play fast. We don't need to play fast. But now we have now we have ESR. In case we need someone to be able to play in those small spaces, we have that option. If we want to win those aerial duels and throw a player in the middle because we don't need as much build-up help, hey, we'll throw Kai Havertz in there. And if we didn't have this paper mache of a freaking player in Thomas Partey. We would have had Declan Rice as a great box-to-box midfielder as an option as well, which then means we're only missing one piece in the midfield, which is a deep-lying playmaker. That's the only thing we're missing now. That's the only thing we're missing, and we kind of have it in Jorginho, but he's old as hell, so we're going to need some sort of replacement there. But outside of that, I think people just need to show context of the fact that we are literally facing some of the deepest low blocks, and because we're facing that, we don't need as much help in the build-up. So these options of, hey, we need a deep-lying playmaker, for 80% of the games, no, we don't. We saw Ian Sarr against Nottingham Forest. We accumulated 1.34, I think 1.14 XG. So it wasn't like our attack exploded because we didn't need that help. We didn't need that. However, there will be games where we do need someone like him, especially in games where it's like, you know what, they're going to have more of a mid block. We're going to need somebody who can be able to turn on the half space and have less touch on the ball. We have those options. But this concept that because Kai Havertz isn't this all-in-all 8, we completely throw away from the fact that he adds a dimension we literally just did not have last season. We just didn't have it. That's it. We just didn't.
Who's your guy? Ivan Toney?
Hey, and also Caden Hall, fuck you. Like, I don't care if I'm American. Fuck you.
All right, one second. I just need to say, Monty.
Would you play Havertz in midfield or in the 9? Because we're not going to get rid of him. So what would you say is best?
I think it's best we have to give him a chance, because I think I've been hearing some people, guys, just say, I have a point to what he said about, Kai Havertz. Like, I've been hearing some rumors about people like want to get rid of Kai Havertz, but like, I know it was, quite of a hard thing for Havertz when he joined his club. And people were criticizing him because he came from Chelsea, of course, and Chelsea, many also say Chelsea is a dead club, that Kai Havertz came from there. That's why people were criticizing him. And I was saying, well, because Kai Havertz is improving, I think we should give him a chance, in these upcoming games, because Arsenal have done really well, We've signed, him for £65 million, Declan Rice, £105 million, that we've already bridged this gap on City. We've bridged the gap on Liverpool the other day. Now, all I can say is that if we take it to the Champions League, we could possibly not just win the league, or we could win the league, but we could possibly win Champions League if we just get to it with all these players that we signed. Because I even heard Jurgen Timber might even start in the Champions League squad. I've heard the news about it, and I don't know.
He's in the squad. He might not start because I don't think he's ready to start. But he's been named in the squad, so that if we need him, we can use him. If we need him, basically.
I think we need Jurgen Timber if we want to really win things, because it's been like a long time since Arsenal won the league. So I think it's the best Jurgen Timber should actually start, because I've been saying this to people, like, it was just an embarrassment that Jurgen Timber at the start of the league was just not even played, because he played in the preseason friendly and but he definitely needs to start in Champions League, because it's been a long time. Many Arsenal.
Josh, he hasn't been on the bench. It's not that he hasn't been picked. It's not embarrassing. He got injured in the first game.
He's been injured. He's just trying to work up his fitness.
Wait, Igal, question. Can I ask a question?
One second. Let Femi respond. What did he say?
Oh no. Just it's a random question. I want them to finish, but I do have a question for the panel that has nothing to do with this. I just want a random question, unless I can ask it now.
You're gone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why does our fan base equate fast to good? Why does fast mean good to our fan base?
Because slow-paced football is not appealing to the eye, and quick-paced football is appealing, and people like what's attractive.
Because we got very bad attention spans, and we're very reactionary.
Think about it. Against Liverpool, we were very direct. Against Crystal Palace, we were sideways, slow.
Because I'll even ask this: when you watched Man City against Brentford, they did not play very fast at all. No, in fact, even when they got scored on, they were
they were quite quick on the break. They were very quick on the break, Man City yesterday. They
were really quick against Brentford. That's why City won the 2 good. We managed to beat Brentford.
No, but I think that game yesterday didn't tell full story. Man City really dominated. The first half, the keeper made about 12 saves, and they absolutely battered them. The keeper was just having a good game. City
and I feel like that's.
By the way, I just want to say one thing quickly to Josh. Thank you for jumping on, bro. I just need to rotate the panel. There's like 15 minutes left in the show, and I need to speak to 3 more people. So,
you need me to leave?
You got a good one.
You want me to leave or something?
Yeah. So big up for jumping on. Femi, you can stick around for a bit.
Okay.
I just need to rotate some people in, see what they have to say, and then we can respond to their comments.
Yeah.
First, this guy was waiting the longest. So Gunnar, how you feeling? Gunnar Ills. Yo, you're on, bro. What you doing?
Muted.
You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Goodness, Ray. Goodness.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
What's happening? What's Josh saying?
Josh is
What
gone.
you saying, man?
Oh, Josh is gone. What's Dylan saying? Dylan White, my boy.
You alright?
Belinda.
Bro, do you have anything to say? I'm confused.
What's
You
your
just came
opinion
out
on
to say what
Havertz?
up?
Let's ask him. What's your opinion on Havertz?
Oh,
Havertz. Kai Havertz scores again. He's a
Good co-hosting, bro.
Usually, what people's opinions on Kai Havertz lets me know how they see Arsenal, honestly.
So what do you think of Kai Havertz?
No, I love Havertz.
do you watch the game? Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watch every. No, I don't actually watch the game. I just jump around.
Hey, big up Gunnar Ills, man. Big up Gunnar Ills. Man's a troll. Let's go to Wilson. Wilson, what are you saying?
Yeah, what's up? What's going on?
What are you saying, man? What do you think
Hello?
of Kai Havertz?
When it comes to Kai Havertz, we can sit down here and start talking about many things. You can say, okay, Kai Havertz this. He has so many positives and his drawbacks, of course. But as long as it does not score goals, people are going to keep talking. That's the problem. He just needs to just score 2-3 goals and everybody will be loving him. Because I have so many positives against Liverpool. And I believe that is one of the reasons why we won that game. Because, there's that one run that we were missing, Xhaka's run to overlap, helping Martinelli so that Martinelli could come and cut inside. And it seems like when he was coming from the midfield, his main focus was to go into the box and get goals. He was not making that overlapping run for Martinelli. And I think that's what we missed most from him. But when he was playing as a false man, I saw him doing it. I don't know
I
if
don't
you
agree,
I
bro.
saw him doing
I'd be
that.
real with you. I'm sorry. I have to cut him off only because it's like there's this notion. I feel like the perception of what people believe what Xhaka was versus what he actually was. I feel like because of the fact he's not here anymore, people are just adding superlatives to what he actually was. And sometimes I'd be thinking like, is that actually what was happening?
Yeah, he was a liability.
Like for instance, I hear him like, oh, Xhaka overlaps Martinelli. No, that's not. No, especially on the break. No, that's not. Apparently Xhaka was this deep lying playmaker that gave him the pass, but he also was the overlapper. Is he that fast? Sometimes I feel like
He made late runs into the box.
Yo, big up Wilson for jumping on. Wilson, just before you go, one last thing. Do you believe we can do it this season, man?
This season, okay, I believe we can do it. Yeah.
Big up Wilson. Ersan.
Yo,
Ersan, what do you think of Kai Havertz, bro? Because sometimes
I rate him. I do. I think this season, like I've always said this. As soon as we join, we gotta give him time to settle and give him time to focus. And like at the start of the season, everybody was criticizing him heavily, berating him because of the Chelsea, because of the 65 million fee we paid for him, because of this and that. Well, Declan Rice has settled in like a house on fire. He's been class. But Havertz has actually delivered in the big games. With the game against Man City at the Emirates, he produced a vital assist, the layoff, the control of the ball for Martinelli to score, and he was good against Liverpool. I think with him, like he can play in various different roles and positions, and that's what Arteta wants. He's a player that can be very unpredictable, that can cause chaos amongst the defenders, that makes the defenders overthink about what they have to do and force them into mistakes, if you get what I mean. Like, he makes those good runs in behind, but he also can play in a side where he's able to get the ball and link up play. I do agree that he does hold on to the ball a little bit too long. He slows down a bit of the tempo a bit, and that's the one thing that he needs to work on. But overall, I do think he's a
by the way,
good player.
who's Arsenal? I think you're on. He's speaking. His mic's not muted.
Yo, what's good, Arsenal bunker?
Only because his mic wasn't muted. I think I'm just letting him know.
Yeah, Ersan, were you done?
Yeah.
Like, no, Ersan was still speaking. I just wanted to let him know because his mic weren't muted. I didn't want him to.
I muted it. Don't worry, bro.
Yeah. So with Havertz, like next season, I think that's where everyone's going to start to see the proper Havertz, the Kai Havertz of Leverkusen days.
That's
I think
what Arteta said, yeah.
He's just adapting to a different situation, a different dressing room, a different set of expectations. At Chelsea, it was you was the main guy. You scored the winning goal. We're bad, just like we were when we were finishing it. Now it's this. you know what, this is the title. You're gonna help us achieve that. And I back him. I back him to be a success at Arsenal. I back him to get 10 goals a season, 15 goals a season, but also be pivotal in anywhere we need him to play in it, whether it be a left A, a second striker, like a striker for a target man. I think what I will say about the league, right, is everybody says we need a striker. Yeah,
on, bro. Big up for jumping on. I'm gonna take you off. Big up.
We need to stop having errors at the back that lead to goals. People will sit there and say we've got the best defense. Now we need a striker. We can score 2 goals a game. We scored 3 goals, against Man United this season. Scored 3 goals against Man United last season. We scored 3 goals in back-to-back seasons against Liverpool with Van Dijk and Konate this season. Our issues isn't just scoring goals and attack.
Yeah.
It has to be limiting the errors we make at the defense, whether it be Gabriel, not even Gabriel, because Gabriel's not even made an error this season. Saliba, Raya, even with Ramsdale at the start of the season.
Let me ask you a question, Arsene.
Pardon?
Do you believe with everything you just said, we can go and do it?
Yeah, of course. What's the point of being in a title race if you don't believe? Like, you gotta have faith.
Maybe we can catch them from behind.
And then there's honesty.
You know what I mean? Maybe we come from behind and catch up. But yeah, we got Monty. I'm just gonna ask you quickly. With Timber coming back, you give us better hopes to win the Champions League with the squad depth?
I mean, him coming back is going to be huge anyway. I think just his dynamism as a player. Like, I was at the Forest game and you could just see instantly like what he brings. He just brings a lot of calmness. He brings everything Zinchenko can bring, but he's got the defensive side to him. I just think that could be used for different games. Like Zinchenko, if you're going to be a more attacking approach game, I'd use Zinchenko, like the low blocks and such. If you're going to be playing a team, I don't know, such as like your Liverpools and stuff, who are going to be able to come back at you, then maybe Timber's a bit better. I mean, Timber coming in, is he really going to affect our Champions League run? Not really. I just don't see that one player is going to have that major thing. The thing that I think will be more impactful, and if he can actually stay fit, is Partey. Because if Partey can come in and step into that sort of like that role that Jorginho was in against Liverpool, that's when we will see probably the best midfield Arsenal have had in a very, very, very long
Partey
time.
won't play for us again, unfortunately. I can't see it. Like,
yeah,
I feel like we should have sold him in the summer for 40 million. Honestly,
we should have.
I just want to say, people backstage, Joshua, Khalil, Rico, and Boss B. Unfortunately, I've closed the panels. There's only going to be this panel for the rest of the show. I got like 6 minutes left, so I'm sorry. But in the last 6 minutes, I'm just going to get the takes on everyone's takes on this final topic, and we're going to close off the show. But please come back next week. I'm going to try to do this next week, and hopefully you can see us live again on Thursday talking about Arsenal with Northside. Monty, if you're available, Josh is going to be on there, and some other people. But yeah.
I was just going to finish off with, if Partey can come in and stay fit, I think we'll get a few games out of him, just because he is that good. Like, when he does play, he is amazing. Yes, we should have sold him last season and maybe used the money to get another player. Maybe we should have bought Zubamendi when we really could have, but it seemed like we were a bit financially stuck to get Zubamendi. But Zubamendi's got to be the player we've got to go to. We have to get him. I think if we can bring him in, then we got that Rice Erdegaard sort of midfield, which is ridiculously stacked. I think it's probably one of the best in the league if you have them at their best. We saw them play against Man City, and they just completely bossed them, really. Then you've got the attacking, and I think if you bring in a striker as well, then you've pretty much got 2 signings, because you can have Jesus on the wing who can back up Matt Martinelli and Saka, and he can go striker, and then you have a striker who comes in to rest Jesus when he needs to be. So I'm optimistic. Do we go deep into the Champions League? Yes. Can we win it? I mean, yes. Do we? It's a different story, because the Champions League is all about who's got the minerals and who wants to hold it. And it's just a case of what I don't like is a lot of our fans and even other fans don't even rate us. They're like, oh, you ain't got the pedigree. And it's funny coming from City fans, considering they're favourites for 10 years and couldn't even win it.
Bro,
and bottled it as well.
Don't ever change, bro. I love Monty, man.
Literally, but like, just come on, we can win it, man. Like, we can win it. You just got to back yourself. Like, look at yourself.
Yo, A Bunker or Bunker, what are you saying? Arsenal Bunker, what's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Talk to me.
Am I on mute?
No, you're not. You're not on mute. You're good. We can hear you.
Oh, but on the title
we
race,
see your face. Can we see your face?
I'm in a dark car right now, Dylan.
No worries, no worries, no worries.
Yeah, but sorry, yeah, no point of the camera. But yeah, man, I'm for the title race. You're asking me, right?
Yeah, can we do it?
I think we can. I think we can. I've been listening to this a bit now, and I've heard about how we're not going to be the front runners this year. We might come in late, and I think that might benefit us. Take the pressure off of these guys, because when we play under the pressure, we can tend to bottle it. But when the pressure ain't really on us, and it's on Man City and Liverpool, we can fly. We can fly. And looking at our upcoming fixtures, they're very winnable. And then on the weekend, we play Brentford, it's Liverpool City. And if there's a draw in that game, we can go top of the league.
There you go. There you go. Okay. And then what do you call it? We also, so big up to you for jumping on, man. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to try to do these shows more often. It's kind of chaotic today, but we're going to have a regular panel show on Thursday. So check it out also. And also, if you haven't liked the video, guys, do me a favor, like the video. And don't forget to check out the title sponsor on the video, SofaScore, helping out the channel massively. Next, we got Clock and Gooner. What are you saying, Clock and Gooner?
It's just hella crazy. But let's after the international break, we're going to Stamford Bridge, yeah? Come on, get in there, blood. And guess what? I got with me. I got Turkish, yeah? Turkish. Tell them how you feel about that.
It's so random.
Finally been City after 8 years. I tell them how you feel. It's 8 years, yeah? Yeah, 8 years.
What the hell was that?
So random.
Oh, we love it.
Yo, guys. Okay, so I guess this is how we end off the show. We spoke about everything else. Let's speak about some random stuff. Lokonga, does he have a future at Arsenal?
Well, after watching him against Newcastle and then the game before that, I was a bit surprised. I think if he maintains that level of form, then maybe. But then I seen Ross Barkley look good, so who knows?
I don't think he does. I think if he can keep that level of form, we can get a good fee for him. I think he's gonna be a chip for us to buy a better player. Samuel Lokonga, again, he's been playing well for Luton, and Luton have really started to come and tick in a little bit. That Newcastle game was crazy, and Ross Barkley shout out because my man's just like reborn. But now Samuel Lokonga not good enough. I definitely think we can get more money than we bought for him though if he carries on the form he's doing. His contract, I think he's still got 2 years left at the end of the season. So yeah, just sell him, get a better player like Zubimendi in or someone like that. Like we have to if we want to be a big club.
And finally, you guys have anything to say on the celebration police?
Fuck them.
Mate, you know what? I love their bitterness, and I love their bitterness. Just stay mad.
Cry me a river.
Literally, like, come on, bruv. Like, imagine not being able to celebrate. Like, are you mad? Are you mad? Sorry, I can't celebrate, but Klopp.
You know why I like Monty? Monty's like the anti-Lee Gunner. You're like the anti-Lee Gunner. You're like the whole opposite other side. You're like,
my god, that guy's reaction. Whoopie doo, we won.
Oh, mate, like it's just crazy, man. Like, you just get like Jurgen Klopp gets celebrated for running down the line, like when
the Zerbi gets celebrated doing a knee slide at the Emirates when they beat us 3-0, and then no one was talking about that last season. He done a knee slide at our game.
You know what I'm saying?
But we can't take a photo with a photographer. We're respected with the players.
And he's a lifelong fan as well.
It is mental. Listen, I think I need to do these kind of shows more often because it was nice, but it kind of got hectic. I really do appreciate everybody who watched. And yeah, Monty, Ersan for sticking it out to the end. I appreciate you guys jumping on also. Make sure you check out Arsenal Therapy. Make sure you check out Ersan's TikTok. Make sure you check out Kunle's channel, which is, of course, Tunnel TV and One Touch. Dylan's TikTok. Who else was on? Femi's Twitter, Sulz's Twitter. I'm going to send you guys the clips from this show. And, of course, everybody who's watched this show today, check us out. We're going to be on Husam's channel after this for A-listers, and of course you're gonna have this show go redirected over to thing. By the way, Dylan, what do you care?
Mate, my camera's doing absolutely it's just not.
No worries, Dylan. You have a good one. We're out of here, bro.
Apologies, the mic's not even connected.
No worries, bro.
We're done. We're ending the stream.
I'll catch you guys in the next one.
He doesn't even know.